So guys, the Due Parenting Pod is here.
The things people didn't tell us that we found out by ourselves. The good, the bad, the scary, the ugly, and the exciting. So it's called Due Parenting Pod. Don't forget that.
Yes, ma'am.
Any small thing.
You're off shit.
For road, the police stop.
You're off shit.
First thing just says, "Oh, I like your car."
Off shit. And I must be there to creep into the picture. Yes.
Like this.
Oh my goodness. Hi guys.
I will block with
As you can see, we have crazy friends who are here with us for our new episode called Parenting Failed and other things we're going to ask them in between. Yes.
So, but before we get into it, so Rogba says that
That's
he
his
has.
name?
Sorry, that's true.
We are not
my
important
name's
enough.
So these are our friends. The Arimoros. This is Rogba, and this fine girl that is sitting next to him is his wife and mother of his children.
Of 11 years.
Yes, wife of 11 years.
11. How do you do it?
Some people say that they suffered for 10 years.
And there
So they
must be
enjoy
enjoyment for
10
10
years.
Yes.
But I'm not going to even go into that.
It's not topic for today.
No, but seriously, I mean, I've said this to you guys in person, but you guys are one of my inspirations. When they try,
we try.
especially you, Rogba. They try.
Hello, especially Bio.
Sorry, I don't
No, it's
sorry.
you.
Especially Bio.
I'm here.
Because you see, Bio is interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm using the word
Discipline.
interesting because
Discipline things.
yes, I don't want to get killed on the show. You understand?
Bite marks.
See, one of the first things Bio ever did to me was bite. Literally, she beat me on my arm,
That's a lie.
and then almost every time after that we've seen each other after a short period of
That's
time,
her greeting.
that's how she used to greet me. She would bite me.
Lies.
Sometimes on my nipple.
Wow. Ibrahim.
No, not.
So I can start biting other people's names.
Yes,
No,
Rogba,
no.
I hereby give you, as
we're
your
all-
brother, I hereby give you the right,
Don't try it.
the whatever to bite other people's nipples.
Don't try.
Just not me, Sha.
No.
Oh, and they have two beautiful kids.
Beautiful.
A boy and a girl.
Yes.
How old is 10 now?
10 is 10.
10
So,
is
going
10.
on
Like he told me
11.
the other day, it's 10.
My
I
guy.
wonder where the boy got that smartness from.
Me.
Rogba's about to clear
parents
it.
now. We are so our parents that, and you're picking
I
now.
just have hypertension.
When the picking has done bad thing, and now you're picking, and you're picking. When they are the good
That's
boy.
my boy.
That's my
Fine.
boy.
Fine.
Don't worry, they will soon tell.
And then
Let's not-
Ayomikun,
let's
the
not
queen.
get too much.
I am how old
The
is
queen
she?
of drama.
She's
Yeah.
7, going on 8.
Man, you guys are lucky.
We are?
Yeah.
Because at least you can tell them, stop that.
Okay, yeah.
And then they stop. You can tell them, don't.
You can tell them stop. That doesn't mean
Doesn't mean
they'll
they'll stop.
But at least they'll acknowledge that
It was said.
Yeah,
Just
but the
said,
problem is now they're at the age where they will ask you.
why?
Why?
But you guys are, I mean, so if you ask them to stop and they ask you why, automatically conversation,
Very- conversation with
Very
them.
interesting conversation.
yes, actually. Because every answer leads to a question.
Yes.
Another
Yes.
question.
Yes.
And unfortunately, because he's like a bit of a geek,
Yes. He said a
if
bit.
you say the wrong thing,
He will
you're
check
going
you.
to get a lecture.
Are you serious?
I got a lecture on cancer too.
Get a lecture.
Recently.
Just get a full lecture that they'll ask you, then you say,
But I
that's
don't
not true."
think
Because if you think about
about
it,
it.
this happened to this, and this is why this is this.
You know when
Like it's
he's so smart because when you guys came and I went downstairs to say hi to you guys and I'm like, oh hi, how are you doing today? Fine. So where are you coming from? The car. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
I mean, where you're coming from before you got
Before
into
you
the
got
car?
into the
Home.
like
Then
those are the
started
kind
the
of
dentist.
the kind of
Okay.
Conversations.
answers that you get.
Yes.
So
from
the
them.
question I would like to know is, what do you think you've done as parent that you think you failed at?
Because you guys look like, we
You
have
have
big
it
kids.
all.
Yeah.
You know.
So the thing is, so the truth is, I have it all together. Bio, on the other hand, she's struggling in this motherhood thing. But I'm there
To
by
hold her hand
side
through it.
To just, take her through it all the way to the end.
So-
and Ibrahim, as I'm leaving, please,
Yeah,
bodyguard.
Yeah, it's fine. The
Because-
problem is that Bill will kill me
No, I
and
need
you.
a bodyguard. It's not you. You
Oh,
can't
right.
handle it.
Okay,
I need-
hey, I'm glad
I need
that's your way.
somebody. Just
Don't worry,
follow
Zin
me.
is here now. Can you see?
Just
Can you see
follow
Zin?
me. Yeah, just follow me.
No.
Be guarding me like this. So that while she's taking you out, I'll push. No, but on a serious note,
we have parenting failures? Yeah, I might have had loads of failures. Yes.
I don't think anybody will tell you they don't have.
So I think I would start with when I became a new mom and I didn't realize postpartum depression was real. I had a little bit, but I quickly snapped out of it because my mom came to stay with us for a couple of weeks. And I just assumed, she wanted a grandchild. I'll give her the grandchild and I will sleep. But she has husband. And her husband say, excuse me,
I need my
that
wife
place you are saying you are going to come back. So as I saw my mother leaving the door, hot tears fell down my face. And I said, oh no,
What have
I'm going to do this
myself?
all by myself. And then the madness started. You wake up in the morning, you make breakfast for your husband, is going to work, you now bath the child. Then when you're bathing the child is crying, you now quickly just rub the child, then you now feed the child, then you forget that there's still the bath water there that you have not cleared, then you're washing the plates, then you want to sleep, and everybody tells you, sleep when the baby is sleeping.
But the baby is not sleeping.
Hell.
For like 2
And
minutes.
then I will now come in the room, maybe 7 p.m. I will now see that bath water out the bathroom. I'm like, I've not cleared it. And then my husband will come back. I'm hungry. I'm not eating. What's all this? Take this child. I don't want. But I realized that no one is going to do it for you. So you just have to find a way to. And I actually did learn how to sleep when the baby was sleeping. Yes.
You did?
Yes, I did. I would knock out like a light. And just, so when you cry, if I hear it in my sleep, I wake up. If not, he cry for a while. If I hear, I'm being as truthful as I can.
Thank you for
We need
that.
Yes, and down
Parenting film, child falling off the bed.
yes, from breastfeeding, they
Not
say
sleep off.
you can breastfeed while you're sleeping. It's not a problem. So you put the child here, the child cry, you move him here. I forgot that this side of the bed didn't have gauge. That is how the boy sock finish and just roll off. And we heard boom.
What did you do?
Jumped up from bed.
You don't freak out. You freak out, yeah.
How old was he?
Couple of months.
Couple of months. So in your mind, you're like, I've killed him. I've killed the child. The cuckoo said it.
And then hospital visits where doctors are telling you, you did not breastfeed fully. No, sorry.
You did not breastfeed.
Exclusively.
It should have been exclusively
Exclusively breastfeeding.
But he wasn't really taking the food.
You're a lazy mom.
That's why.
Head
And
on.
I held her hand. I was like, she's going to kill him.
Yeah,
And
actually,
then
I
the
actually
child
almost
that
went
is
over the
ill,
table.
The child that
Yes.
is ill is not going to get attention. So
We've had
people just make all these weird assumptions.
about
having a child.
Yeah, like
A lot of lies that I believed that wasn't true.
Like-
Please. What's that lie?
Hey, which one? No, there are plenty.
Like consume a lot of pap so that you can have more breast milk.
No, that was not even my
no,
problem.
That was my problem.
No, that was not my problem.
the-
The baby would just suck. My baby never latched.
automatically.
My baby never latched.
right.
My children
So
never
it was-
latched.
then
So
it
it
was
was
the
a miracle
weeks.
for me when I would go and see someone. I'll just see newborn baby just suck. I'm like,
How
How
is
do you do it? So you were looking for technique. So you open the mouth like
and
this.
then
this,
you
the
know,
one is like
And
this, you
and
press
how
like
many
this.
YouTube videos we watched on
It's
this
crazy.
just getting the
we all
baby
did
to
that.
latch.
So
Just let the baby latch.
Tenny was, by threatening, he eventually latched after 6 weeks because there was nothing being pumped out again. So
Yeah.
that night he was crying and my mom was like, he will not give him formula. I was like, hey, God. I said, Tenny, this I held him. I remember that night very well. There was no light. My mom held the torchlight. I said, Tenny, please, you have to suck.
lest you
Because that's
perish.
where the food is going to
Are you going to stop?
and he latched. But my princess, she can't be
Drama.
bothered,
How
you
did you
know.
not latch anything?
She didn't latch nothing. She like,
Formula.
This guy, can you just
Like,
squeeze it
She
in?
would just go.
and nothing's coming out. Wah.
start crying.
So it was a very things I believed. They said, oh, if you give birth, you're not going to see your period. You give birth,
Yeah.
your uterus
Yeah,
will
that
your uterus will contract. What else did they say?
Just
Plenty
plenty.
things. None of it applied to me. So yes.
Like everything they said.
It was
didn't
just
work.
out
Was
the
a
window.
lie.
Then them growing up, choosing the right school,
So much drama.
making friends, letting them know right from wrong. And then there's always that balance of when both parents every parent wants to look like the good guy in front of the child. Not
It's
mentioning,
not really about
not mentioning
it's
names. Not mentioning
it's not really
names,
about
but
looking like the good guy.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, understanding that these are people. And you have to treat.
he's dead.
You have to
Rogba, it was
treat
nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you.
people like people.
So what did I treat my child as?
So parenting feels right.
So let me ask: Is there any incident that you remember that you wish you could redo the way you handled that particular incident?
There's one where I almost killed Denny. There's that one. It was not like I picked him up and I wanted to kill him. It was like, so I didn't really connect. You know that thing where they say, you know, the baby comes out, and you just hold the child, and then the music swells. In the background,
that happened with me though.
warmth
Yeah.
just flows.
Then you cry.
You're just a cold-hearted human being.
It not happen. I just dey look wrinkly. Anyway, it's my child. I have to take care of him. So I would feed him. I would
Carry him around when he's crying. You singing.
change his diapers. Or it was work, like responsibility. You do it.
Yeah.
That's what you do as a man, you know. And then he had colic, and then was supposed to give him gripe water. So you know, I was just trying to get him to just take the damn gripe water. That's what he was saying. So you know, I was like, take. And then I think I gave him too much.
It went down. It went down the wrong way.
Inhaling at the same moment, so I gave him. So he began to choke, and he was not breathing. That was when the fatherly instinct. That's when I heard the music in the background. Oh my God. Like I was begging him. I was like, just breathe. I promise. I will never, ever.
While he was saying all of this, was passing it down.
Was hitting his
I
back.
promise
I was
you,
like,
I will be a
please.
good father.
And I was blowing into his mouth like, what am I doing? You know?
And you were what?
I was just like,
You're just looking at me. Like,
Okay.
so eventually, you know, he started breathing. And then from that moment, you know,
There was a connection.
it now became. So yeah. So if I could redo that, I don't know, because I guess that was what jolted me.
Yeah.
The
Fatherly
realization
instinct that you have a son.
I have a child, and I'm supposed to
Take care of him.
beyond just
providing.
him being a responsibility. You know. So yeah, I don't know if I would redo. Maybe I will not let him choke so much.
Choke so much.
We choke a little, just a little bit.
So, Rogba, you were saying parenting failed. That
Yeah, so in that particular situation, like I feel like, you know, because that traumatic situation bonded us, I wouldn't change it entirely.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't want him to choke us.
As much as he choked.
much.
Just a little less
Maybe a
choking.
little less choking. But
Why?
generally, the choking is okay.
Yeah, the choking is what worked now.
I remember an incident where, so my son is a bit clingy with his parents. It's quite, and there was a period in time when my son would just constantly come to me and say, "Oh, let's do something, or let's read this book, or let's
have boys hangouts."
Yeah, he just kept coming to
At
me.
what age
coming
was
to me.
this?
Maybe he was like
8, 9.
yeah, 8, 9. Always, he just
we'll
used
get
to
there.
come. He just used to come around me. And like in my own mind, I was just like, okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Until one day when he was like, why don't you like spending time with me?
Yeah.
He actually asked me, he was like, why don't you like spending time?
Yo.
And I was like, okay.
Made them read a comic together. Yeah.
I actually, it's not that I don't like
Like-
spending time with you. It's just that I have work, and you know, you're talking, and even as you're talking, even you are realizing that this is
Man,
just
So you
it's not
had
good
a
enough.
conversation with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is flimsy. So, you know, and I said, okay, you know what, we're gonna like make time out.
Intentionally, yeah.
And we did that. And then I just told him that anytime you feel like maybe I'm not giving you enough, just tell me. You get so we went out, we got pizza, we hung out, and then I got him Asterix. The comic series.
Yeah, the comic
And so
series.
every night we
They read it.
together, and we'll do the voices. So I do somebody's voice, he'll do somebody's voice, and
that's so cute.
he wouldn't read the comics unless I was there. And
That was your bonding time.
yeah, so we actually eventually developed some kind of bonding time, but it just made me
Did you
realize
see that light and
No, the lights came.
Baby, you know, the choking, baby.
See, you don't
Remember.
understand? After that light, it didn't go. He now actually became a bit too bright.
Yeah.
Because
It was the tree.
it
It
was
wasn't
now,
the apple.
Now,
It was
it
not
was
the
no longer
tree.
the tree. It was no longer the apple.
Apple
It
on the
was
tree.
my eye.
It was the
apple
tree. Tree
Ow,
gong gong.
wow.
Yes, yes.
And I
Then we all
wouldn't
had to
let-
find spaces on the tree
Yeah.
so that we would
Like-
be noticed.
I know I overdid quite a bit of things. Like, for example, I was not. Allow me to talk this to why I changed my mind. So I know that when he was much younger, after that whole thing, you know, we spent a lot of time together, and then she was working like 9 to 5, was it 9 to 9,
9 to-
6
yeah.
to 6 or something, more ridiculous. So I ended up with him a lot. So I
He
would
was
take
a
him,
home daddy.
Yeah.
take him to work.
That's my dream. Oh.
I dropped him off in school. No, he had to start
No, he
school.
had
So
to
I
start
used to take him to
school.
work. I used to take him with me everywhere. Like so it was like this cool little brother, and then it was a chick man.
Yeah.
So it was like this cool little brother that I had, and
And that's how you know you look.
so I just felt like, you know, like
Now your guy. Yeah.
it was mine. So
Your sidekick.
you understand? Then I'll just leave him with Bill and Grandma. And he'll just be talking to him.
Stop.
So I just felt like
You were a bit overprotective.
I just felt like I knew what to do.
Yeah.
How to
When
do
it came to him.
And I'm the Google freak, you know. So
Oh yes.
so
yes.
like the first time I saw Grandma take a bath for him, I was traumatized. Like, why?
you know, she was
You know, they'll
bending.
be bending.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like,
And I said
You
no.
like, no.
I just want to be. I was like, never again. If I see it again, everybody's packing out.
so that was another struggle.
Everybody.
That was another
packing out
struggle.
from the
Yes,
house.
I remember. I now remember that because you know everybody has the belief of how you should treat your child. So people coming to offer help, you know, and you're like, you have to be the buffer because he's not gonna have it. Grandma is like, he needs it, and you're just there saying nobody's taking care of me. But yeah, mommy, maybe you shouldn't do that too much. He needs it to sleep well, you know. So there was that struggle, and
Yeah.
then my mom said, Google daddy don't come. Go check on Google. Should I? Which one will he allow me to do? Then blowing his nose when he has stuff.
Yeah.
Rogba freaked out about
How
that.
do you
She
blame-
blew into
His
nose
nostril.
so that it will come out from
Through
the other
another
nostril.
And did it come out?
Yes,
It
but
works.
No.
See, you know what that
You
does?
can
You're-
damage.
yes, you're
There's
pushing
a
air.
There's a cleft here.
Yeah.
You're putting pressure
Like
into
you don't
the
even need
child's
Google.
head.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
Yes.
Okay, I've never done it, but that's now I know.
You know.
But
Let's suck it
depending on
out.
body when they are giving a bath,
Yeah.
we did it well. We did it. Did you have an issue?
Yes.
I started
You had
saying,
an issue.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
you just didn't talk about it.
Because I just didn't want to
Any
have
drama?
to put you in the middle because I mean
Oh, you're such
Yeah,
a
put her in the
considerate
middle.
husband.
man.
but
No, there were other things I complained about too, straight
okay,
up. There's some things I even told grandma myself that
don't
honestly,
think-
So she will yab me small, but she will read.
Back off.
But
Yeah.
that one, I'm just like,
But I actually think that was good because
was-
it made them flexible. They are very flexible. Their legs can bend
He's-
and all
he's-
that.
he's-
And he
he's-
slept well.
yes,
It makes them sleep well, actually.
he did.
I thought I did.
Because when grandma is doing this, he'll not be like,
Exactly.
I'm like, you look like,
I
you're
said,
getting killed.
I took over taking my child's
Yeah.
bath.
Are you
It's okay.
serious?
Yes, I did.
Are you
we're,
kidding?
we're both hands on. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
both hands on.
I don't deal with those things very well.
Did they pour hot water inside Nyash?
Yes.
They did?
Yes, now.
That's not.
Yeah.
And
It
his
helps them
navel. And his navel.
Oh yeah. They
Never
did.
was for the
Yeah, the
meal.
beginning,
But for
yeah.
the ass on, it was.
Grandma just opened my son's butt crack.
And now
Like
you're-
that's baby, that's the one I complained about now. Yes,
But
no.
he helped him poop.
We are
Yeah.
scalding his butt.
Who says this guy? Go and
Because
check
grandma
it.
will just
He
split
helped
his
him
butt cheeks
put-
like
You
this,
put hot water in your
and then just
When I was
hot
a baby,
water.
yes.
now-
And my guy
You
just
know,
like,
you know they poured hot water in your ass. Do you know they poured hot water in all of us?
All of us.
Pour out water in your ass now.
Right now.
We don't need it to poop.
They are people. Don't do them like dolls. They are people.
No, but we don't
No.
need it.
No.
But he helped them. He helped them.
maybe I don't know. I don't
worry,
know.
this one don't
I don't know
tell.
the pod.
They are 10 and
hot water
7.
in my-
You don't
in my
need
bum.
to-
Okay, you don't know it, but you know they bent your body and all that. You know they did it.
Of course.
They
Exactly.
didn't bend
what-
my-
But
They did.
did.
No,
I
his
said
mom-
they
his mommy
bend my-
did it.
I haven't met my mother.
His mom said, and I quote,
That my mother used to take
all
over
this
for me.
bathing thing, she should
She said,
put
put
bubble
some
water,
bubble bath
shake
in
it, put the child
shake it
inside
out,
and clean
dip
him.
the child around in it.
She didn't have
and then
time.
wipe him.
She didn't have time for
I was a
that.
career woman.
She didn't have
There
time
was
for
going to be
that.
bending
She never
what?
did omugwo
Her
for
mother
her.
was-
She never
her
did
mother was
omugwo
in-
for her daughter.
Her mother
No.
was in
Ibadan.
Yeah, her mother was in Ibadan.
Ibadan. Yeah.
So
she
there's no time, and she has to go to work.
and my mom
So-
left me.
so you know they bath clean when you be baby.
Apparently,
No wonder you like to bath now.
I'm trying to make
Making
up
up
for all
for
the parts I didn't get.
Okay,
Yeah.
so BOU, what about your own parenting failure? Was there anything that you thought you did and you didn't do very well and you're like, that you're like a bad mother?
So no.
Yes.
Excuse me, you're jumping the gun. Let me start.
She even
I allowed
shouts.
you
She
talk.
even shouts at me because whenever so they're producers. That's true. I forgot. So they're producers. He's also a director and a writer. So yeah, filmmaking gang. So every project that I've worked on with these two, he's either directing or executive producing. She's always producing. Yeah. Now,
trying to
Bio is
wait
like
for
my
your
sister. She
point.
loves me and everything.
Yes.
But she used to shout at me as if I'm Kion.
But that's producers' work now. They shout, they
No,
scream
she doesn't
everywhere.
shout at everybody else.
No.
That's not true.
true.
I've been there when Bio is working and she doesn't really shout at you.
Thank you,
Pay me
darling.
later.
Yes, I'll pay you later.
Because even me, I'm like, because I'm like, all right.
So back to my story.
Of shouting.
Why are we going to this shouting? It's not really important. So as I was saying, as a new mom, I actually felt like not being able to breastfeed my child solely for 6 months or exclusively, like that was supposedly the thing. I felt like I had failed my child. So when we landed in the hospital, it hit me really bad.
Yeah.
Especially when they now said, and he's such a big boy, we can't find his veins. We might have to go through his leg or his head.
Yeah.
And I was just like, maybe I shouldn't have given him the milk, like he wouldn't be so big. And, so that was quite traumatic for me. And because I felt I had to work for Tenny's attention harder because of his dad, we didn't quite hit it off quickly, So
I was the primary caregiver.
let me talk.
You were never around.
Yes, I remember one day I had fought at the office that, guys, we need to close. I haven't seen my child in 2 weeks. I wake up in the morning, he's sleeping. I come back, he's sleeping. I need to get home today. And my husband came to pick me up from work and I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to finally see him. He's awake. And I come in and I'm like, hi, Tenny. And he goes, hi. And I'm like, oh, haven't you missed me? Now, those things where you force each other. Haven't you missed me? Come and sit on my leg, hug me, everything. And then his father just comes in and Tenny runs for my body. Daddy! Hey! Well, I almost resigned that day because I had it.
The emotional damage.
There was even the time where you traveled.
Yes, I traveled for my granddad's burial. From the airport, they brought
And
him.
he had just stopped breastfeeding.
I entered the car. Hi, Tenny. Ah, hey,
Like
God.
the guy
This woman.
freaked out. And then she
serious?
was literally dragging him.
Like, come, I'm
And
your
he was
mommy.
literally screaming
Like,
and
who are
fighting.
you?
So like,
Saying.
Daddy, save me. I don't know this person.
Yes, I had quite a number of traumatic times.
It was quite
And
quite traumatic.
yes.
So
Even
as a
I
career
felt
mom and
even
all.
I felt bad.
Yes.
But will you advise people not to do it?
Not to do what?
Be a career mom and also have kids? And what amount of time is right for you to stay away from your child?
So that's a very dicey question because you can't exactly stop your life because you have a kid. When I had mine, we both decided, we spoke about it and we're like, we'd always make sure that there must be one,
Remember, speak about it.
there must be one parent on ground for the child so that there's that balance.
Same
so
here.
his work was flexible. So we always took like shifts. So his work was flexible. He could stay home with them. When I decided that, okay, you know what? I want to be home with my child. I want to be there for the growing pains and all. I quit working and then he was working. It wasn't easy. It wasn't, I can't tell you that it was a bed of roses. No. But I know the benefits of that. So I now can't judge any mom that's a career woman to say, oh, because of your career or because you didn't have time. My sister suffered it. She's a
I
career.
judge you.
You're wicked.
No, I'm not wicked. I judge.
You're wicked.
No.
Hold on. No, let me make my point. Now, my sister is a career woman. Her husband is a career man. And she has a son. She was lucky because she had me. At a point, I even felt maybe they were taking advantage, but I couldn't blame her because at the end of the day, bills have to be paid. So now are you ready to cut down on what your expectations are in the sense of, oh, we can't maybe travel because we're not earning enough, you know. So it's really about you and then whatever you decide. Because you see some parents and you're like, I don't think you should be a parent. But hey, they are lucky. They have a child. You know, they can't change. So it's a very... So I feel if you can afford it not to work, you can stay. Stay, give a minimum of 2 to 3 years where the child is more assertive of things like right from wrong, knows when you say talk in a certain tone, knows that, okay, mommy is serious now, you know, then you can now say, okay, I can now pick up my career from there. If you can, I would advise that because you see, no nanny is going to raise your child the way you would.
True.
No nanny is going to give the values that you want to give your child. We can easily say, oh, our kids are great now because we were both available to them when they needed. I just picked up my career in 2020.
True.
That was and my son is 10. So that was a sacrifice
that's
I made.
quite a
Yes, that was
sacrifice.
quite a long sacrifice. So I can't say give up your career. No. How are you going to feed? How are you going to eat? You know? So if you can strike a balance with your spouse, fantastic. You would nobody can take away those years from you. No one. That's what I feel.
So, baby, do you want to...
I knew that was coming.
Because...
So see the thing, it's like
wait, no, because she's already
balance.
giving me a look. Baba, wait first. Baby, you know
Yes.
that me, my...
Yes, baby.
Uh-huh. So I'm glad that we're on baby terms right now. Maintain that energy.
For now.
Okay.
Until you land.
So, you know that I've always said that one of my desires in life is to be... Yes, I want to just paint, sell paintings. I'm telling you, sell paintings, play with my children,
And let
teach,
the woman
do
just bring
homeschool
home
this.
bacon.
Auntie, where you go? Wait, hammer now.
Hey, Father Lord, from his lips to your ears. So I am
Hammer.
blowing this year.
Amen. Because we're entering his formative years. I want to... Baby, go and cover the walls.
Where you have been struggling with Kion? No.
We go,
I
no
don't
worry,
want.
no worry. I'll be showing pictures of and videos of you every day.
Look, he's walking. He's walking. Check
Bubble,
it out.
see?
Mommy.
Pretty lady mommy.
Mommy.
But you know it's already happening. Because
clinging to his dad.
He's clinging to his dad. And he
That means he spends more time with him.
he spends more time with me.
He actually spends more time because I work more
So how come
than she does.
I don't know.
No, so you see
But-
that thing where they say boys and mothers, girls and daddies.
It
It doesn't apply.
No, I
Because
feel like
Tenny is very close with his dad.
They're just
Yeah.
children.
That's
Like
all.
Tenny is
He
mine,
clings more
all
to his
mine.
dad than to me.
He just likes his dad. That's
I
all.
then
go to work, I
Irene
come
is
back.
balanced.
I look at him, I'm like,
You're back.
his father comes back, he's down on his feet and he's running.
Running,
Like,
yeah.
dude,
No,
you
that's
didn't give
big.
me the same welcome.
No,
So,
maybe
to be
it's a
fair-
relationship they have.
Just deal with it.
No, I think it's a relationship thing. It will change.
It will change because
It will
Tenny,
change. Don't
Tenny
worry.
now is slightly more emotional with me than his dad now. So he's very huggy, climbing my body, and
Yes,
you know, so
that's more of the
they
emotional
change.
thing,
Yeah, they change.
Okay.
They switch.
So Tenny is 10 going
11.
10, 10.
Yes, yes.
And
I'm making 7 going on 8.
did they do, because they're older, I really need to know what are the things that they did when they were toddlers or young that shocked you. Because I want to know what I am going to expect.
So Tenny,
Go on,
one night pushed his daughter. I say his daughter, his sister, off the chair. He threw her.
He kicked her.
He kicked out the chair because she was blocking
Because
his
he
view.
couldn't see the TV.
Yeah,
And
and you know,
that's a crime.
we were in the room.
It's a crime.
We were in the room and we heard
Psychopathic.
boom, and we ran out. Saw the
And
girl
he
on
was-
the floor,
and
and he
was
sat down
calmly
like
watching TV.
We're like, what happened here? He was like, I pushed her. I couldn't see the TV. And
He kicked her off the chair.
and she was maybe 10 months. So
Oh, wow. She was there. She fell
She
on the
fell,
floor.
I mean, she was
and
crying.
this is tiles.
Yeah.
So his father picked him up,
Giving me.
No, I bet
went
him like
into
a
the
thief.
room,
Like a thief.
locked the door,
I give it to you.
and
This
because
guy today, you
my
collect this
ovaries were turning because the
You're
way I was
screaming.
paying the beating. Initially, I was like, yeah, he deserves it. And then I was like, it's
Okay,
okay,
don't do
now.
that. Guy, don't do.
You know, so.
So you know, in my family, you don't hit women. You don't touch women. Even the demonic ones.
Say, what the
You can only,
demonic one?
talk to them. You cannot touch them. So it's been ingrained in me. So that
The
was like
fact
an
that you kick,
abomination.
yeah.
Not if you had pushed out, then maybe
Yeah.
He kicked like actively, and then he was calm about it. I was like, this one is going to be like, we bro and start beating all these women. No.
We're not having
I
that.
want to save the women in the future.
Even if it means,
You know, I don't want to have to come back in time. Let me do it now. So, and since then, you know, we've not had any incidents of kicking women or beating. Even now, when his sister decks him, look at her like,
As if I wish I
and
could.
she's hitting.
So we had an episode that says spare the
put-
rod
and
and
Spoil the child.
So
And
what
we beat.
Don't
We
spare
don't spare
anything.
anything. No, we beat.
So
Don't
here's the
spare
thing.
anything.
So here's the
Nothing.
thing. People don't understand that these children are humans.
They know what they are doing.
No, they are humans. They think. People don't understand that. So you see a little child that is doing something that is extremely wrong. And you say, oh no, don't do that. Let me explain to you. They're not advanced enough to understand explanation.
so
But they understand
I
consequences.
can quickly give you an example for that. Tenny used to eat wires.
He used to put wires in
his mouth.
So it was
So
always
your
chewing
phone
wires.
charger, he would
just
plug it.
crawl
I have
there.
a picture of him when he was 6 months with a phone cable. And everybody, I posted, everyone was like,
And
oh,
it'll
it's so
be plugged.
cute. And it'll be plugged. Tenny don't eat phone wire. Tenny don't eat.
to be plugged.
Yes.
One day, Tenny went to the fridge in the kitchen.
And grabbed wire. And
Trust
put it in his
me.
mouth.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't hear pin. We didn't know. Just know that he came out,
He
sat
just
down,
came out
and
he
never
was
touched
quiet.
a wire again.
And never touched the wire again. And
Consequences.
never touched a wire again.
Explaining sometimes doesn't
So
work.
with kids, they understand consequences. They
Yeah.
don't understand explanations.
Explanations,
So you need to
yeah.
give them consequences for everything. And one thing I always tell parents, see all these parents that, I'll beat you. They're not stupid.
You have to come through with
you
that,
have
though.
to go follow through with every threat.
Because they know that she's going to
Just the
say
same way
it.
you will
but
follow
then-
through with
she's-
the promise.
Ah.
Or I will give you
So
ice
I've been
cream.
doing it wrong. I will beat you.
It
Oh, no.
doesn't
Follow
work.
through.
So
I will beat you is one. The next one
Is
is
beating.
beating.
so that they will quickly understand that okay,
When she
mommy
says, "I will beat you,"
It's coming.
she will beat you.
Like, I can give an example. Recently, I've been trying to get Tenny to be responsible. Tenny forgets things. He doesn't pay attention. He's absent-minded. So recently, I bought a lunchbox for him. They started school on Monday.
And he came home with
Tuesday, Tenny forgot lunchbox. Tenny, why? My nanny went to the school, got the lunchbox. Because she's like, how will I now pack for him tomorrow? She was very nice. She went to get the lunchbox. I said, Tenny, you need to be more careful with your things. You know, I think I'll say
And then she now
explaining.
told me that.
And I said, Rogba, no,
talk
no,
to
no.
me.
It was the next day. He forgot it again. And I was like, Rogba, you need to talk to him because I've spoken to him. Maybe he's not listening to me. He will listen to
did
you.
Rogba say?
I said, he now says, the next time he forgets it, make sure he goes to school himself to get it. And I said, good. So he comes home. Tenny, where's your lunchbox? It's in my bag. And I said, you that I know. Go and bring it. And I'm waiting. The boy is obviously perambulating, saying, oh God, this one is right. He now comes and I says, it's not in my bag. But you put it in your bag. Yes, I did. So who took it out of your bag? I don't know. So that means you're stealing in your school. No. I said, Tenny, no problem. The next day he comes, no lunchbox. I said, yeah. He had not even taken off his bag. I said, yeah, wear slippers. Start going
Yes,
to the
Okada.
school. Okada. Carry
Nanny,
them
take
to
him
the
on
school.
Okada.
They went to the school, they came back. And when he came back, I had a nice, I said, Tenny, I think having a conversation with you isn't
not
working
working.
anymore. So we're going to go back to the days of where I slap you for stuff that you don't get right. So if you don't want me to slap you, and you know I can do it, tomorrow, don't bring that lunchbox, then we'll know what's going to happen. The next day, as he came back from the bus, I brought my lunchbox!
I got it. So he's older, so there's more explaining.
and less
You
spanking.
have to still keep the consequences. They just need to understand that because that's how criminals and
Are
psychopaths
birthed.
are brought. I'm telling you the truth. People act like, oh no. Did they not beat you?
Yes.
Did you die?
And then my daughter's peeve was lying. Ayamiko used to lie a lot. Yes, she lies. So Ayamiko,
Lie.
Ayamiko,
Liar.
So she was a storyteller.
hey, Ayamiko, what's in your mouth? Nothing. No, okay, Ayamiko, throw that rubber away. Okay, mommy. And then obviously, you know, as a mother, now you have eye in your back. And the girl's mouth is moving. Ayamiko, what's in your mouth? Nothing. Where's the rubber band? It's on the floor. Bring it for me. She'll now go to the floor. She'll now be looking.
around.
I'm looking at her so that she can bring it down from her mouth.
No, and I'm there, and I'm like, where is it? I put it here. And bring it now. I can't find it. So what's in your mouth? Nothing. Open your mouth. What's that in your mouth? She'll not bring it out. I didn't know it was there.
Maybe she was just absent-minded.
So that was a huge bother for me. Like, because it's from joke that this thing.
Yeah.
So it was a huge bother for me. So I'm like, So I think that's what I'm saying, that there's always the advantage of being at home. I know my kids. So I know I pick up on bad things quickly. I'm like, this is going to be a problem. So I face
You
it.
can treat it.
So I treat it, you understand? Tenny is absent-mindedness. And Emiko is corny, you know. So she's manipulative. So you have to know that the same method of raising the first child doesn't work for the second child. So you have to understand
Even
them.
across board.
Even across board, yeah.
Your
Everybody's
child and someone else's child are not going to be
have the same
but
different
there's some
personalities.
universal truths.
Like
Spanking.
Spanking, yes, spanking.
You know that thing that they say, fathers and daughters are 5 and 6. Mothers, it doesn't work.
Because
obviously,
I know.
Tenny loves you. Kion loves him.
Tenny loves me too.
Hello.
Loves
Hello.
me too.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
Loves me.
I mean,
We go out and they say, "Where's your mom?" He points to
points
me.
at us.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
So my question is, has Ayomiko ever manipulated you, her dad?
When doesn't she? When?
So my daughter, right?
See the way he starts. He say,
Okay, so I wanted a daughter
first.
and then
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted a girl.
Deeply.
see,
Let me tell
from
you how
the
bad.
beginning,
No.
in the beginning, I was sure that I wanted it boy
No, let me
first.
tell you how
I
bad
cried.
Rogba's own was. We went for scans and Tenny was hiding a lot and they kept saying, so he just kept saying it's a girl. So that's how Tenny's name came first. Tenny wasn't born until his name. So while I was pregnant, people used to call me Mommy Tenny.
Wow.
Because they were like, her name, he said he had a dream.
Her name is
Her name is Oluwatenyola Elizabeth Arimoro.
Like, do you understand?
And
My daughter.
we did a 3D scan.
And there was a
And the
penis.
guy is saying, no, I was looking at him like, doctor, sorry, is that a scotchum over there? And Rogba said, no. The man says it's a boy. Rogba said, no. I had told my sister-in-law to shop unisex clothes. And Rogba went behind my back and
told
told her
her
that
girl clothes.
it's a girl, confirmed, all girl. And that one too, that's experience.
girl clothes.
Went and filled box with mini me, Minnie
the
Mouse,
dresses.
ribbon.
Oh my goodness.
And my mother was like, are we not shop? I said, no, my things are coming from London. I was very proud. The things
Behold.
now didn't come until I had born the child. And it was a boy. And I said, okay, at least things are coming. On the naming ceremony
in
day,
damage
the
control
box,
mode, but
instead
it
of
was
this
too
one to
late.
tell me that perhaps there's a problem, didn't tell me, box her over. I was like, finally my child can wear clothes.
Unzip. Pink. And
Like I cried.
And then he stood there and said, oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you.
I cried about this girl thing. Anyway,
What did Tenny wear?
Sorry, we didn't go out for months.
Girl jeans.
We didn't go out for months. We were
Dress
at
him up
home.
at home and
At
keep him
home.
at home.
We
that
didn't
boy
go out.
should sue you people.
We didn't go out for a
So-
long time.
So when I now finally
Got the girl. Which he didn't want, by the way, later.
I didn't want a second child.
He didn't want a second
I
child.
didn't want children.
That's sorry for another
That's
day.
Another day.
So-
I eventually got. So okay, the girl is now here. Yeah, we now all the pent up love.
We now pour it on the child.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have a daughter
Yes.
who, I don't get to spend as much time with as Tenny. So when I come home, spend quality time. So she would crawl to me. She would sit in my lap. I would feed her and all that. And I just noticed that this used to be really harsh. So in my head, I was like, it's just female rivalry.
Yeah. Because she's getting all
they
this
would say
attention.
things like, why? Because I would carry her and she would want something and then she would look at me and then she would blink. So we had developed this Morse code thing. And I was like, is it this? And then she would blink. And so Bill was not like, why don't you just talk to him? Bill, you can't tell him what you want. And I'm like, why are you shouting
at this child?
She's like, because she can talk. I'm like, but she can't. You
Cannot
can't
see
see that she cannot talk.
Hey, God.
Why are you just being difficult? No, and I'll feed her. She can feed herself. No, she cannot.
Hey, God.
Why are you so angry?
I've suffered, though.
And then one day, she did something wrong.
She did something naughty. I can't remember what it was.
I can't even remember what it was. And then I was like, no, that's really naughty. That's, and I locked her in the room.
How old was she then?
18
It was
months,
like
16, 18 months.
Yeah, about